Hello, everyone, and welcome to WUZZUP.
WUZZUP.
It's WUZZUP time, Bobby. Larry Seidlinger here, Bobby. We're over there. Andy Dickoff behind the camera. Bobby, we got the Lincoln County News this week. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us, our LCTV concert series down at the Lincoln Theater. Good time. Got a great show coming up here the middle of February, the 16th of February, 2 o'clock at the theater. The Rolling Mick Jaguar and the Rolling Boneheads are going to do a tribute to the Rolling Stones. Great concert series. The next one after that will be a tribute to Woodstock, and that's March 22nd, same time, same station. And then the final one is going to be a good one. That's going to be The Boss, Bruce Springsteen. So, folks, we thank you so much for helping us get the LCTV straightened around here and getting it back up on even keel. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's in the news this week, Bobby.
Yeah, well, you always, you say it's the top third. You can tell if there's a lot in the news, but I think we're gonna, fake each other out.
Well, you think so, Bobby?
Yeah. So anyway, we got we talked a little bit about that land purchase, which is for Dresden. It's over next to the town hall. It's got a house and a barn. The house is in disrepair. They're going to tear the house down. So I think for $50,000 they're going to buy.
That's kind of, it was a no-brainer.
And it's parking for the town hall and parking for the little village.
Yeah, it was a 4-to-1 a win there. So good for them.
Yeah, and then we got a snowmobile. Boy, lucky boy.
Is he a lucky dude?
Yeah, and he
Folks, the ice is not safe.
Yeah, he went through the ice with his snowmobile, and the snowmobile's on the bottom of the pond.
And he's only got a certain amount of time to get it out, too, according to
right. So anyway, he was about 500 yards from shore. His buddy pulled him out, and his buddy's lucky, too. I mean, how do you pull him out?
Sure is. I thought it was interesting Whitefield has voted to opt in on this recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They went to town manager Damascotto, Matt's got a lot of experience and basically working through the whole program there.
So he's going to guide them
through. Good for Whitefield for bringing in Matt Lucas.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sure does.
The other thing is we got going on is, English is a second language in many places.
It is. It's Maine East.
Not here.
Maine East is the first language, and English would be the second, and after that...
You go south of here, you go around Boston, you got a second language for English. So anyway, so up here it's not. But anyway, they do have enough call for people to teach English.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's it says right here that Wiscasset has doubled the number of foreign students that need English.
Right.
So anyway, doubled over last year.
And even if you have one child that doesn't speak English as a primary language, you have to have
1 or 50.
They have to have the education part of it. So certainly a cost to the towns to do something like that.
Yep.
How about Wiscasset going to have another wine bar down there?
Well,
what do you know now? You're in the restaurant business, Bobby. Tell me what you know about this.
Well, I mean, I'm sure God bless them. I'm sure the place is going to be a good business. Are people going to stop? That's my question.
Well, they can't park anywhere.
Yeah, where are people going to park?
They cannot park on Main Street.
Why would they stop?
I know they're going to hook their horses to the chain link fence out front.
Yeah, Chandler Sarden and Zach Goodwin are opening up this. It's a beautiful building. I mean, it's screaming to have a restaurant in it. It's just as the town can.
Is that the old Key Bank building?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. It's made for a restaurant. But anyway, it was interesting the way they named the.
It came from a Miles Davis album, huh?
Right. It's called In a Silent Way.
In a Silent Way.
It's gonna be
when did they say they were going to be open? I forgot.
I think June.
June or something like that. Well,
so.
Good place to go when you look for something different, though, I suppose.
Well,
by that time, they'll have the lights all working there. Traffic will be all bunged up. You can just stop your car in the middle of the street, go in and have a quick wine, back out, and by that time, the light turn green.
Well, if you go, like in Italy, we were in Italy last winter, the guy has to go in and get his dry cleaning, he parks in the middle of the road.
Sure.
Right? Goes in and gets his dry cleaning, backs the whole town up, and then on the way back from the dry cleaning, he stops to talk to his buddy.
Sure. Well, the UPS truck does that in Damascotto. He just stops wherever he wants to stop, and traffic be done.
So anyway, the bowling alley over there, it was called All Play Family Center. Now it's going to be called Sammy's Family Entertainment Center.
Sammy Spear. And we think, it's only rumored, we think she is a member of Bob Spear's family.
Yep. So
granddaughter.
Bob Spear's niece, right?
Granddaughter.
Right. So it's Bob Jr.'s daughter, we think.
We think, Bob and Jan.
Yeah, could somebody call us and clarify that?
Yes, we need some clarification on that whole deal, Bob.
Which
Spear family does this one come from?
But anyway, she started working there when she was like in high school.
Typical Spear worker.
Yeah, she works. Well, anyway, she owns the bowling alley
And
now.
she's been running it for the last 2 years since she took over ownership.
And I met the family, the original family. We actually did a WUZZUP show up there, the Bensons, and they were really nice. We went up there and did a show, and they opened, but they have another place in Belfast.
But I knew the original owner, Nick DePatsy.
Yeah.
And I tell you, they threw the mold away when that fellow, because Nick was a one-of-a-kind. Great guy, do anything to help you out, but he was a character.
And his wife was a character.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And his son's a pretty good basketball coach.
Yes, he is.
His namesake.
So
Somerville, they're going to consider a private public model for broadband expansion.
That's interesting. Tidewater's going to bring the service in, and Somerville's going to hire a private service to run the.
Well, it's out to, isn't it out to bid to two?
Well, yes, it is. It is. Yeah, it is.
And if they're smart, they'll go with Tidewater.
Yeah, we plug in your Tidewater.
We are plugging them, but it's a matter of fact. I mean, it's just big. If you want tech experience and tech support, Tidewater is there. I don't know any of these other companies except Spectrum, and that doesn't work. So.
Yeah,
we don't know how good that is.
Somewhere in the article, I don't know if it was just a play on words they were kidding around, but it said somewhere in the article that's the smallest town in Maine.
Somerville?
Yeah.
Well, could be, I guess. But there's some townships up north that probably are smaller. What do we got on the inside? I thought this was the story on Bill Schumann. It was a pretty good story. He's the resident of the month down in Schooner Cove.
He had a
pretty distinguished guy.
Interesting job, I would think.
Well, he wound up selling lobster trap wire before it was all over for
Yes, he did.
C.E. Shepard of
Texas.
Texas.
It's a political vandalism here. The Trump sign in front of.
I saw that. Yeah.
In front of the Republican headquarters up there, up by your place, the junction of 1 and Business 1.
You know, Bobby,
paint.
There's no need of it. I mean, you know, Norman has a right, and yes, he's a Republican, Norman Hunt that's on his property, to put up whatever sign he wants. And if you find it offensive, don't look at it.
Yeah,
it's on his property, it's his sign.
Yeah, I don't think Norman probably put it up. I
don't know who put it up. That's the new Republican office up there, but that's just bringing yourself down to the low pole.
So anyway, Bremen, the Darling Center, and who else? Madomic Rivers are going to combine for. They're going to do a shellfish study here.
Well, they're going to go for a grant or something
but
to use some of that money.
Anyway, Damariscotta Rivers never had a study.
No.
You know.
No.
They did one like we talked about last week. They did one in the Madomic in at Broad Cove, but they're going to all combine. And they're going to come up with some facts.
30, 40 years ago, Bobby, Damariscotta River was a pretty prolific river for producing clams.
Yes.
Not quite as good as Waldoboro was, Madomic River was, but it was still a pretty prolific river for producing clams, and it's nothing now.
One thing I took out of it is it said, you know, the clam population, like most places, it seems to be going that way. The clam population is going down, but the oyster population is
coming up.
Yeah. So anyway, the other thing they mentioned in here in this selectmen stuff is for Damariscotta is the selectmen approved the submission for an application for a U.S. Economic Development Administration grant. And anyway, you're talking money here.
$4 million for it's all said and done.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that's our ticket to rebuild the parking lot, put the bathrooms in, and. You think we could do it for $4 million? Can we get the bathrooms for $4 million?
Well, we got almost $1 million just in the bathrooms, Bobby. Forget about the hot top and the piping and whatnot. Oh, shoot. Oh, they got some issues over to Wiscasset with the airport lease over there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, guys lease hangars over there, but I guess the town's gotten involved and they said the leases are really invalid or they need to be renewed or something.
It's just going down the road. Head-on crash. Somebody was pretty lucky over there in Waldoboro, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, sent a kid to the hospital, but boy, they sure did a job on that truck.
John O'Donnell was sworn in over there by Town Clerk Linda Perry over in Wiscasset. He's going to be the new town treasurer over there in Wiscasset. How about this guy? This guy here. He comes from Nigeria. He came over here in 2013 on a visitor's visa.
Ain't going back yet.
He never left, right? So some lady, he was arrested for sexually molesting a girl that he met in a bar in Bath. And since they put his picture in the paper, 3 other girls have come forward.
Yep, say he's the guy.
So anyway, Natasha Irving's on the case. She's like, forget it. She's She's going all the way with this one.
Our friend Natasha, she was in here. Pause for Cause over there in Waldeboro. They did a great job. Packed house for that game right there.
Yeah.
Jeff Evangelos, he's going to run for re-election again.
Yes,
from
he
down in
is.
Jefferson. I think Jeff just does a great job. I mean, he was town business manager for the school district over there. It's just he was awesome, just awesome, and did a great job.
Friday night, we got a thing called the Soup Supper. That's going to be down at American Legion Post 149. That's in Waldeboro. Soup, salad, rolls, right? And it's free. The
Attorney Work's going to be on True TV, Bobby.
See, I told
that's
you.
news. You did tell me that. Now, folks, that's news.
Marvin, if you're watching, I told Larry, Marvin, you ought to go after this guest.
That's right.
Well, you missed the boat.
Yeah.
True TV is
She's a busy girl.
Yeah, True TV's all over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, we can still top them because she's one of us. She lives right up the road a piece.
yeah,
So,
that's right.
you know.
So the article in here about the fish ladder, they got to replace the conveyor belt. They got to replace the some of the railings, the bridge.
You know,
all
they're
that.
doing the work. They might as well do it all right and get it done.
Yeah, well, you got to do, if you're not going to have a harvest unless
Right,
you do this. And
right.
that's what we're working for, is getting the harvest, give it cash flow. Dennis Faraday, Bridge Group, he's like the MVP.
He is.
You know?
Pete Hope and Jan Vine were the followers there, the runner-ups.
Yep.
Soup Supper on January 24th. Where's that going to be held? American Legion Post 149, Waldeboro.
Minor increase over in Whitefield on their budget. I'm sure there's some road issues over there. Lincoln County Sheriff's going to have a new badge.
I saw that.
Yeah, they got a new badge.
New plates,
and,
too.
Plates for Lincoln County Sheriffs. Yep. It's good. This guy Joshua Ellis, he's done some time. He's had his share of legal issues.
I see Dead River gave him a hazmat spill in Newcastle. I got a check from those guys.
Yeah.
Over there.
The Somerville Selectmen, they talk about bankers' hours. They got no hours. So
2 meetings a month.
yeah, and anyway, town office the second time this month decided they would meet twice a month. That's unbelievable. It's only going to be open 9 to 6 Monday and Wednesday,
Yeah.
but they got to have a lunch break. 1 to 1:30.
How do you make
So that's minus another hour because they're only open 2 days.
Folks, you just can't make this stuff up.
Yeah,
No, they're
9
going
to
to put a
12.
flag drop box over there to Waldeboro Charles Lilly Post also.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, nice stuff.
yep.
Good stuff.
I've got some tattered flags. I think I might.
Yeah. They do that down to Sussy Post too.
Yeah. Dave Levesque, I actually saw him at the chamber after hours. He told me, he said, "You're going to read about me, but I'm running for House District 90."
Well, let me give you a news flash. We had Dave Levesque on just a little while ago.
Oh, no kidding.
He's going to be on Marva's Community Conversations
Perfect.
next Thursday night.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I didn't know Dave comes from a fishing family.
He does. He and I had a great talk. He
Yeah.
grew up down in Hancock, Ellsworth area.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
father
yeah.
was a Victor Levesque. I'd heard that name
Yeah.
in the past.
And his oldest son's 24. I can't believe that.
well, the two boys that were cleaning up the theater after the show, those are his two kids.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So it's good stuff.
Yeah,
I was really interested in this extra agri-engineering where they're doing the compost, they dump food waste and all that. It's pretty interesting
Yeah.
stuff. I was really interested besides that 16-cylinder engine there.
They can. You get your compost. I mean, anybody could grind it up.
Oh, sure.
Anybody could grind it up. You sell it for
Yeah.
fertilizer.
Yeah.
The first is rearrange some of their mortgage offices. Bonnie's going back to Waldeboro. That's where she's from, Bonnie Lash. And Sherry Smith's coming to Damascotta, what she knows, and David Nadeau. There'll be mortgage loan offices in Damascotta. I think Dave Levesque's got a pretty good shot at this.
I think he does too.
Yep. So what's this over thing? I got 9 more licenses?
Going to have 9 more
That's the
licenses?
whole state, right?
Yep. They're going to do a little bit of a lottery, or not a little bit, some kind of a lottery. But it's it's big money. These
Yeah.
guys they make a lot of money in a short period of time.
Yep. And it runs
And they always
from,
shut the season
It
down.
runs from the end of March to the beginning of June.
Right, and they usually shut the season down because there's a limit on what's the total poundage
Quota?
they can take. Yeah, quota.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marilyn Bean's she's got a nice column. She's
Boy, over there in Dresden, Bobby, they're having a wicked time about this gravel pit, whether it's grandfather or isn't grandfather. Heather Beasley, she's the owner of the Ballard Milligan Gravel Corporation.
well, what's happening? What's happening is people are having to go out and find the records. There's no records.
There's no records of the whole thing,
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, her gravel pit is like 25 feet from an abutter.
Yeah.
And the town requires 150 feet. So, but they're saying she's grandfathered. So anyway, she's hired an attorney, but it's been going on. Over a year, easy.
Yeah, Jack Shaw, he's pretty outspoken on that Dresden thing too over there.
Speaking of Marva and her guest, she's going to have Matt Opasic, and he's a emergency room. He's a paramedic, but he works in the emergency room.
Yeah, and if you watch just before our show here tonight, they were on.
Yeah.
You know, and you can catch them on repeats too, folks. So just check your schedule on the LCTV page, and there'll be multiple showings. Actually, it will be on Sunday morning at 8:30, I believe. As we speak, WUZZUP is also going to be on Sunday morning at 8, and I think Community Conversations at 8:30, or vice versa. So.
Yeah, we want to plug Mrs. Jean Vos, the busiest woman in Lincoln County. She's got her seed swap. I mentioned it last week. It's this Saturday, 10 a.m. at Knoxville Lincoln County Extension Office, 377 Mangtown Road.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if you want to get involved with coastal rivers,
You can count horseshoe crabs.
you can count horseshoe crabs. You can probably count bobolinks if you want.
Probably. Coastal Rivers are going to do nature centers, a hub for outdoor exploration. A bunch of kids up there. What else we got going on here?
We didn't bring this up, but it seems to me Dresden's a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff. Little town.
Forest Hill Cemetery, they had caretakers. That's private caretakers.
Yep.
Sherry and Dan Moody, and they also have they've got a account for the Forest Hill Cemetery. So they went to the town. The town's going to take over care of it. I bet they're a little relieved.
Yeah. And speaking of Dresden, their first selectman, Trudy Foss, is going to resign the end of February.
Yeah, too busy for her.
Yeah, too much. She's moving to Richmond.
Yeah. So anyway, Alna, the Alna Planning Board, it's got some issues with. They made a new town shoreline zoning ordinance from 2011. Then they found out through the DEP that it was never filed. So they got to start all over. They got to refile their shoreline zoning.
Oh, shoot. Bob Edmonds, he's going to give a humorous and interesting presentation on golfing around the world.
Yeah, and son Lee Emmons got an article in there about bobcats.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, he's the nature guy.
Yeah. We got a new apprentice down there at the Carpenter's Boat Shop, Brad Kerr. I tell you, if you're ever driving around Bristol, down around Bristol School, down around there, you go up the old county road, and the Carpenter's Boat Shop's up there, and if you go in there and tea with them, you'll feel so much better than when you walked in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bristol had a very, very busy
They did a
budget committee.
We want to thank all the people in Bristol for helping
My
support
counterpart
LCTV.
here went to bat for LCTV. They were very generous. And so anyway, but all kinds of stuff. CLC Adult Ed, Spectrum Generations. You got New Hope for Women, Healthy Kids. Unbelievable.
We were in some pretty good company down there,
Yes.
Bobby.
But it all makes it work up here. They're having a open house for Hamlet, Megan, at the Y.
Oh, are they? I
think it's the 28th.
Could be.
I think it's next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're losing Megan Hanlow. She's
Yeah.
moving on to be the regional supervisor for the YMCA's
Yep.
for Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine.
I gotta go see this Braxton Farron swim.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy he goes to these meets, he
Wins, hands
gets
down.
He got 2 firsts this time. Lincoln Academy boys, they beat Mount Ararat, and they came first place in this meet. And the girls weren't quite as lucky, but anyway, they're showing up. And Eagle Wrestlers, they won the last 2 meets of their season.
Madonna boys, they're still playing pretty good hoop, although Coney put it to them the other night.
Yep.
That's a tough game. Madonna Valley Panther girls, not in the paper, but their cheerleaders finished second by 0.2 of a point.
Yeah, we mentioned these Nobleboro gymnasts, 2 13-year-old Cadence Rogers and Bronwyn Coffin. So anyway, you're talking about really talented girls.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Out on the back, 3 Maine Coast kids, Coast Gymnastics, brought home the gold. They got a chance to meet Travis Mills.
Yeah. Special.
That is special.
That's kind of special. The other thing is they have this program called Winter Kids, and they take 2 schools. They took the Whiteville School and the Bristol School, and they all kinds of outdoor activities. Get the kids outside.
Get the kids outside.
Yep. So anyway,
Fit for life wellness.
picture of Karen Kleinkopf is teaching these kids how to cook. You know, such a cool kitchen up there they got.
Yeah. What else we got? Saturday snow days at Hidden Valley. Is that the
Yep.
section we're on, Bobby?
Well, yeah, we can go there, or we can go to the Haiti
I was
benefit
just
dinner.
going to say, how about the Haiti benefit
Yeah,
dinner? That's a big one.
Dean Curran puts that together Friday, February 7th, 6 p.m. It's going to be up at St. Patrick's Church. The new owners of the grill, Tim and Tamara, they're going to help cook some food there with Haitian flair. So, anyway.
Who's doing the sleigh rides over there to Wiscasset?
Yeah, that's, what is it, that? It's Rebecca Stora's husband.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, I think so, Stephen Akeley.
Yeah,
but-
Steve.
Yeah, so anyway, that I'll tell you, I took that train ride up into the woods there. It's
Oh, did
pretty
ya?
cool. Yeah, that's, you and your grandson got to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Edgecombe Community Supper Super Bowl sub sale.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
February 2nd.
Yep.
What else we got in here, Bobby?
Well, we got a lot of Lincoln.
Inaugural online sale of Vintage Accents Auctions.
Yeah, this year, January 28th, I mentioned Megan Hamlet's going to have.
There it is, yeah.
So anyway, I was just trying to get the hours, 11 to noon. Everybody's welcome to attend. So anyway, she did a great job. Great job. Well, the next person's got, you know,
They're walking into a good spot, but big shoes to fill, too.
Yeah, they're walking into big shoes, but it could be a very exciting time because everybody wants the pool.
Yeah.
Elliot Jackson, South Bristol, he's majoring in aeronautical engineering and mechanical engineering, and he was named to the fall list at Clarkson. That's in Potsdam, New York. That's where my buddy Dirk Bruner went. And Main Biz is a show, a
I
TV
was
show.
looking at that. They're coming through, but where are they going to meet in Damascus?
Yeah, it doesn't say. I think they're going to hold you in suspense on where they're going to go. But anyway, it's just a weekly show. I think it's on Channel 6.
Yeah, but it doesn't say what businesses they're going to meet.
Yeah, and I mentioned last week, I'll mention it again, you know, the beekeeping course. If you want to learn how to keep bees, February 25th. And it's going to be at the Lincoln County Assembly of God Church Community Room. And anyway.
People to people, free clothing exchange, that's going on down to churches.
Yep.
You need some dyes. Ecumenical food pantry. Lots of good stuff. What else we got here, Bobby? We must be getting down on time. I don't know how much time we got left.
How about your Madomic cheerleaders?
Geez, 2/10 of a point, and I'll tell you, Bobby, a little secret.
And two injuries.
2 injuries, and I want this to sound like sour grapes, folks, but I have an inside on this deal.
Yep.
The team that won it did an illegal pyramid, and the judges didn't catch it.
Really?
So when the coach, who I know very well,
Yeah, his
went
daughter.
went over and pointed it out to him, actually had the video and pointed it out, they said, oh my goodness, we missed that. 4 judges missed that, and that was a 5-point penalty that the winning team would have, or the team that finished first would have taken, which would have given Madomic Valley the 6th straight. But
they had to restructure their whole
they
thing.
did the whole thing in like an hour on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy, and they did a tremendous job. And of course, they've won 9 state regional championships. And I wouldn't bet against them this time going forward.
Wow, and their middle school cheerleaders play second.
And the middle school in that showcase, but they've won the bus line championship 10 straight years in a row. You talk about feeder programs.
Jesus Christ.
Good stuff.
Knox and Lincoln Spring Plant Sale catalog available. So anyway, you can get the catalog, you can order your plants.
Yeah. And speaking of that, down at one of our favorite sponsors here, Damascotta Hardware, they're going to do Saturdays in the Garden Room, 9:30 to 10:30. February 1st is marbling on wood, and February 22nd, seed startings, and all kinds of good stuff. So
Yeah.
shake off those winter doldrums.
The other thing is, you got till March to get your entry in for the Union Fair poster. You want to get some kudos, all you great artists out there? Design the poster for the Union Fair.
And if you want a warm-up, do that one, and then get ready to do the Pumpkin Fest one.
Yeah.
Because we get 40 or so artists that do those, and
Yeah.
honest to God, any one of the 40 we saw last year could have.
Yeah, and my buddy George Gross he's a Bristol resident. He's in charge of the fair.
And moving back to those posters, I do want to say, LCTV is going to figure out how to do some kind of a show for the Pumpkin Fest posters. And I have a special guest in mind. I haven't talked with her yet, but she's an artist, and I would like to have her MC that show, and I think that would be a lot of fun for her. But that will be later in the spring, folks.
You know, Whitefield, has had this singing circle going on. We talk about it all the time. It's still going. Anyone who enjoys singing with others is welcome.
Yeah. Up Whitefield. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're getting down to the end, Bobby. We've got about a minute left here. Republicans have grand new openings, new campaign up there on Damascotta. Route 1. Up to NC Hunt, just the other side of NC Hunt. Holly Kopp, she's been running for state senate.
Maine Farmland Trust, they're going to host a free screening of the film Farmsteaders. Yeah. It's up at Sheepscot General. It's an appropriate place, I guess. And Hearts Evan Young, did you mention that? They got some new recruits.
They do.
Yeah. So anyway, Becky Brown, looks like she's going to be in there. And we get some new people.
Yeah, they're going to have a regional climate conference February 1st in Damascotta. That'll be interesting. Well, that's just about wraps up the Lincoln County news for this week, Bob. You see anything that we missed real quick?
We got no.
No.
Well, I got a little article on the Waldo Theater. I'm pretty excited, myself and
Tell
Larry.
us, we get 30 seconds, Bobby. Tell us real quick.
The Waldo Theater, we're going to, Kate Fletcher, the executive director, is going to take me, Larry, Lisa Hagan from the Chamber, and Steve Huffnagel of the Twin Rivers.
Yep.
And she's going to take us on a whole tour of the Waldo Theater to show us what's going on. And I am looking forward to that.
Looking forward to it. So,
We'll
folks, we'll see you next week. I'm Larry Seidling. He's Bobby Ware. Andy Dickoff behind the camera doing a great job as usual. From LCTV headquarters right here at 29 Sheepscot Road in Newcastle, it's been WUZZUP time, folks. We'll see you next time.